What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. We're talking about finances again. I'm gonna be telling you guys what cash flow is and how you get it. All right. I mean, that's basically it. You see it in the description. Let's just hop into this. Now, cash flow to me is the best way you correlate an asset. If you have cash flow, you probably have an asset. If you don't have cash flow, you probably have a liability. Okay, so cash flow is so important. Now I'm going to tell you guys what cash flow is, because with my previous videos, I heard you guys and you guys want to know a little bit more about cash flow, because I keep saying it's so important. And so now I'm going to get into what cash flow is. I mean, let's do it. Why not? We want to make money. We want to get rich. What is cash flow? All right, so cash flow is basically, by definition, it's money coming in and out of a business, investment, or asset, or thing, or anything like that. It's just money flowing, basically. It's really what it sounds like. It's cash flow. It's cash flowing in and out, in and out, in and out. So it's as simple as that. Now, with that being said, when I always say invest to create cash flow, I'm not saying, oh, invest in something and hope that it's going to generate you money. No, I mean invest in something that you know is going to put money in your pocket. Okay, for example, a real estate property. I always love to use real estate examples because I like real estate so much. So an example of a real estate that cash flows versus one that doesn't, one that's an asset versus one that's a liability, is this. A piece of real estate that would be cash flow and an asset would be you buying a piece of property. The expenses on that property come up to $500 a month. Okay, that means after your mortgage, your property tax, your management fees, it comes up to $500. Now, this is just an example. And then you get someone moved in there. You charge them a rent of $1,000. Now, we all can do basic math. That means after your expenses, you have $500 left. This is what I call cash flow. Okay, this is cash flow. A lot of people call this profit, but I like to stay away from calling it profit, because then people think, oh, this is my money, I'm going to throw it in my pocket, take my girlfriend on a date. No, that's not what cash flow is. Cash flow is money that your business created that you should be using to put back into your business, to grow your business, to create new assets and things like that. It's not just spending money. Okay, so that's why we're going to keep calling it cash flow. And I'll actually talk about later, once we get deeper into the channel and I figure out what you guys like, but I'll actually talk about why you really want to keep your cash flow in your real estate, so that you will be really maximizing profits. And I mean, this is how people get rich, but I mean, we're not going to talk about that right now. So anyways, cash flow, that's what I was saying. This is the asset, the one that creates cash flow. You got a property and you rent it out. Okay, now over here we're going to talk about the liability, the no cash flow. You buy a property and you're like, oh, this property shows that it's supposed to be worth $500,000 in 10 years, and right now it's only going for $100,000. I mean, I should buy this house. It's going to be worth so much more in just a few years. I mean, I'll be quadrupling my profits, so I'm going to buy it. Okay. That right there, that's the example of the liability, no cash flow. I mean, there's no guarantee there's going to be this increase or this return on your investment. There's no money being put into your pocket, and this is a liability. This is an example of a liability. It's taking money out of your pocket. You had to spend $100,000 to get this place, and now you're just living in it. I mean, you tell me, but it doesn't sound like an asset to me. So I mean, this is a huge misconception that a lot of people have, that their house is an asset, and this comes from the fact that, like, banks will tell you how your house is an asset. They'll advertise that, like, create more assets, yeah, you know, buy real estate, we have loans here. You know, you'll see all the posters when you go to your bank trying to get you to take out mortgages and things like that. And you want to know, the thing is, they're suckering you. The house is an asset for them. The house is their asset. It's not your asset. It's their asset. You're paying them. They're making money off of you for this house. So yeah, it is an asset, but it's their asset. And it's your liability. So yeah, that's a huge misconception. If you want your house to be an asset, make sure you're getting cash flow off of it on a monthly basis. And I hope that you guys all understand now what cash flow is. It's money flowing in constantly. Another example of cash flow that wouldn't be a real estate example would be like I like to use e-commerce. You can get cash flow off of that. Now say you have an inventory, your inventory costs you $10,000, and then after your inventory you have marketing, you have your site management, your expenses come up to $20,000 a month, okay? After your expenses and you sell all of your products that month, you make $50,000. Like once you sell all of the products, you have your prices set up so that you're making a good return on investment. 50,000 minus 20,000, that's $30,000. $30,000 is your cash flow. Are you guys getting it? This is what cash flow is, and this is what we all need to become financially free. Like I mentioned before, financial freedom is super important. We don't need millions to do it. We just need to cover our expenses. We need to be able to quit our jobs and focus on things that are really important. You know, it's literally in the name, financial freedom. You're free from financial burdens. No one has to live like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people think that it's a right way to live to have to work super hard for money and have to stress over money and things like that, when in reality there are more important things in life than money. I don't know about you, but I grew up, money was so important. I mean, money was almost always everyone's #1 priority, and it's just crazy because it's a piece of paper. So with that being said, I hope you guys take this video and create tons of cash flow, because it is just a piece of paper. We all deserve it. We should all have boatloads of it, and we should all be focusing on other things like health, spirituality, being happy, and things like that. So yeah, cash flow is the way to go. We need to create cash flow to be financially free, for us to actually have assets, for us to scale our businesses. Without cash flow, there's a lot of things. I mean, that's when your investment gets really risky. I mean, people think investing is risky. Well, it's only risky if there's no cash flow coming in. If there's cash flow coming in, you should be all good. And I mean, I'm just gonna end the video there. But I hope you guys took away from this video that cash flow is extremely important. To create cash flow, you want to make sure that you have enough revenue coming in from whatever product or service you're selling to cover the expenses to make and sell that product. Things like production and then advertising and stuff. If you're making enough money to cover those things and then some, is your cash flow. And you know, stop calling it profit. It's not profit. You don't want to throw it in your pocket. You don't want to spend it. You want to reinvest that into your business, because guess what's going to happen? Oh, this year your cash flow is $10,000. Well, guess what? Next year your cash flow could be $50,000. And I'm telling you, if you're making $50,000 a month, oh, you're financially free. I mean, if you're making $10,000 a month, you should be financially free. And the thing is that it's how you live as well. If you're making $10,000 a month, you should be able to be financially free. And I mean, you can live a luxury lifestyle, but how are you doing it? You have to be smart. You have to maneuver through these systems. Don't just go out here blind. Make sure we're educated. There's things out here to help us. Come on, you guys. Educate yourselves. We can move through this stuff. We don't have to be poor. We don't have to struggle. None of that has to happen as long as you're educated. You know what I'm saying? Ignorance is not bliss. It's not bliss. Ignorance is your fault. You can't get mad at anyone else because you didn't know. Well, whose fault is that? It's yours. Alright, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to keep coming with some good content for y'all. Leave in the comments different ideas for videos that you guys want. I want to know what you guys want to know. Let me know if you know anything about finances. I like to learn new things, like I said. So peace, love to y'all. Thank you for watching. I'm so happy that this channel is growing. And just keep watching. Keep following me. I'm so happy and I love you guys. Alright, peace out.